Bloke in a Bar this week is brought to you by Squarespace. As always, a massive thank you to Squarespace for supporting the platform. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that helps you build and manage a professional website. Absolutely incredible. We use it at the start of Bloke in a Bar, which is called The Locker Room back then, called The Locker Room Network, actually, the website was. That was so easy to use. And if we could use it back then, guys, you know you could use it now. But they also have a brand new feature, a new fast and flexible way to collect payments on Squarespace. It's called Paylinks. And it will seriously simplify how you get paid. Just one custom on-brand link and you can start transacting directly with your customers. With Paylinks, you can request a fixed amount or let your customer enter exactly what they want to pay. Then you can share the link wherever your shoppers are, email, text, social, even a QR code. It's that easy. Try it today and make every transaction way more seamless. So guys, they've got all the features I've already detailed over the last few months. And also, they've got a brand new flexible way to take care of payments. It is the best in the business, guys. Make sure if you need a professional website for your small business, whether you're a tradie, whether you're a corporate entrepreneur, whatever you are, you need a website that's easy to use, intuitive, a brand new fast and flexible way to handle payments. Squarespace is the place to do it. Massive thank you to Squarespace. And also head to squarespace.com/bloke for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code BLOKE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Once again, full circle moment. I used to use Squarespace all those times ago when we built up a website. A massive thank you to Squarespace for supporting the platform.
Just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Pack Her Up, Boys. Proudly brought to you by Lontel, best internet on land. Guys, you know the drill. You know the drill. One thing I will say, you may be eligible for the NBN. Said this a few times now. Link in the show notes. 150,000 homes are eligible. Used to cost 30 grand to get fiber to your house. It's now free. You may be eligible. Go to the show notes. And Lontel, go to lontel.net.au/bloke. Use the code bloke. First 7 days free, $25 credit, no contracts, no credit cards. Give it a try. I'll be shocked if you don't love it. The amount of people that have messaged me said, Kempi, the customer service on this internet is, and just like, even things like they help me move my router from this room to that room. And like, I mean, I'm sure, Matty, you've got messages as well from your mates. Like all the things that you think they're not going to help you with, they literally help you with. Not just like, oh, we'll hook your internet up, but like, we'll give you all the options that you have to your house. Whereas sometimes when you ring other providers, they're just like, nah, sorry, can't do it, and just hang up. And you're just like, yeah, sweet, no worries about it. So it's just unbelievable, guys. Lontel.net, give it a try. We've all got internet. We all need internet. And if you're looking for a way to support the platform, support our partners, because they're what keep the lights on. They're the ones that make this possible. Like, we're very, very, very appreciative. Yeah, so I booked a trip to Tasmania to go to the Lontel offices, and obviously meet everyone and catch up or whatever.
Have you been to Tasmania?
Never been to Tasmania.
Oh my God, Tasmania is the best.
Yeah, okay. So I thought that anyway. So I booked it all, and I'm going to take the wife, and Rain's not going to come with us, but Hayes has to come with us because obviously he's a newborn. Yeah. And it's booked for Wednesday night, and I'm going. And when I was making the booking, I was like, you know what? I want to just get the most expensive one. Not the most expensive as in like a lot, but you got flexi, standard, and whatever. But then there's always one option that's like you can change flights anytime, get credit if you cancel or whatever. I wasn't going to do it. I was going to try to save money, and I was like, nah, just don't be silly. Yeah. Got the flexi. Anyway, I go into my Instagram today, and it says Kendrick Lamar in Melbourne, and I was like, what has he been in Sydney and I haven't known about it? And I was like, hang on a sec. And I go into my Gmail and I type in Kendrick. I've got 2 tickets to his show. And I'm like, when is it? It's on Wednesday night. So someone above has taken care of me, looking down, got the flexi tickets, changed the flight to Thursday morning.
Nice.
Can go to Kendrick now.
Oh, how good's that? Man, mate. That's Kendrick. Do you know what's so funny? You know how like there was a joke with you and Hammy, like copycat from Ballarat? Yeah. Kendrick's playing in Ballarat because he's playing at a festival called Spilt Milk.
No way.
So like imagine Kendrick Lamar just like rolling around fucking Ballarat. That's so funny.
That is so funny, eh? Mate, I can't wait. Especially like, I reckon before the GNX album, I would still be interested, but I just think the GNX album songs are just made for a concert.
Is that the recent one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to the concert in 2022, and it was after his comeback album, the one that everyone was like, there's no bangers, but actually it was hectic.
It's such like groundbreaking album.
The choreography that Kendrick did in his concert was mind-blowing.
Yeah, okay. So keen. And Schoolboy Q's opening up, which is good. I actually would have rather seen Doechii, but is what it is. So yeah, all's well that ends well. Going to see Kendrick next Wednesday. I can't wait. I just think like the bangers this guy has. Like it does my head in. People go, oh, he doesn't have any club bangers. It's like, are you sure? Are you fucking sure,
Kendrick
bro?
has so many bangers.
Like,
if you like go on This Is Kendrick on Spotify, he's got so many good songs.
Bro,
that you know.
That just, and they're so unique and they hit so hard. That yuck, that is just like, fuck, just makes me feel good. Alrighty, let's get into it. Some huge news dropping overnight. The West Tigers. Look, it's getting dirty. It's getting nasty. Look, I think we're all a little bit naive. I think this is kind of why, like people go, like, why are we so upset as fans that 4 board members are getting sacked? It's because we knew there would be fallout from it all. Like, it's not just like, oh, sack, see you later, business as usual. That's not how these things work. No. They get nasty, they get dirty. Anyway, so basically, Michael Chambliss has come out with an article. I'll read it. Okay. I'll read the article, guys, so you've got a good insight as to what it, because like a lot of this will be speculation. I want to make that extremely clear, guys. And because it seems people are leaking certain things for certain intentions or whatever, it's speculation, but we'll read the article and we'll go from there. Sources with knowledge of the matter, talking on the conditions of being anonymous due to confidentiality, say questions have been raised about the club's finances under Richardson. In particular, invoices paid to company he part owns with his son, Brent. While Richardson, this is important, while Richardson has declared the potential conflict of interest to the board, a club informant has raised concern over money being paid to the Enrich Group for their marketing, branding, and digital consulting services. The NRL Integrity Unit has been made aware of it. Basically, so... NRL has been aware of it. The West Tigers, regarding the West Tigers' employment of up to 2 other members of Richardson's family. Richardson denied to comment when contacted. The Herald has also been told that Richardson, after speaking to this masthead, has since accused a former staff member of being the whistleblower and used West Tigers funds to send off a legal threat this week. That former employee has since reached out to ex-West Tigers chairman Lee Hadjibentelis for legal advice representation. Hadjibentelis has declined to comment. So essentially, it sounds very dramatic. It sounds very serious. But really the crux of this is that there may be a claim, according to this report, I don't know, that they got the services of the Enrich Group, which is owned by his son, which he declared at the start, like the board are aware of this conflict of interest. So like, just because there's a conflict of interest doesn't mean it can't happen if the board is aware and approves. Yeah. So with the way this is worded, it seems like it was declared and the board were okay with it. It seems like.
And I heard Richardson when he was on the buy round, probably like a year and a half ago, talk about it. Yeah. So he's been open about it.
So he's been open about it. Now, it's about the money paid to the Enrich Group for marketing, branding, and digital consultancy services. So the thing with this is like, and this is with my I'm relatively new to business. I've only been in business really the last 5 years of my life. The rest of it's been sport. The thing with running a business, especially a big one, is that if you were to run everything by the letter of the law, like approval for essentially everything you do as a CEO or whatever, like, technically you should for a lot of things. And granted, I will say, like jerseys, saying that we're going to be at this ground for the next 15 years, that absolutely needs a board approval. But what I would say is that, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a big company, you got this piece of content and it's going to cost you a bit. Let's say it's going to cost you 250 grand to make. You're going to push it out to market. And I'll say even less. It's going to cost you 100 grand to make. Mate, I'll go even further. I'll go 50 grand. 50 grand to make. You're putting it all together. It's going to go out to the public. It's a timely thing. You've started making it, on this date, and 6 weeks later you're looking to drop that video. Like, technically, at least to my understanding, you would need approval from the board to do that. Now, the problem with that is board meetings are usually once a month. And sometimes someone might not be at the board meeting. And yes, granted, they can put their vote in, not there, but they might want to see it. They might want the presentation. And so, like, let's say, for example, someone's not there and they wanted to see it. Okay, that project you have now, you got to wait for the next board meeting. Yeah, I know. And then what if they get there and they don't like it? Then that's another 2 months. And this thing that you were supposed to be quick and agile, and that's why small businesses have much more agility to move quickly, is because they don't usually need to go to the board. So like you could go to a lot of businesses, and if you really wanted to nitpick and say this didn't get approved by the board, you could find a million circumstances of that. And so, granted, I don't know if it's like this in that case. Like I don't know the details of it all, but I would say like usually there is a general understanding when you bring in a CEO, for most things you're trusting his judgment to make the right call quickly. Because as a business, you want to be moving, especially in rugby league, like you want to be moving relatively quickly with the way rugby league works. And so there is a chance where this is just using technicalities to try to get someone in trouble potentially, without knowing the details. Now, granted, if, let's say the services market value that it would usually cost a club, I'll just say $100,000, and the invoice is $1 million. Well, that's fucking fraud. Yeah. Like that's you're doing something illegal then. Like you've taken, like you could argue that money has been basically stolen from the company. I don't know where this all lands. The timing of it does seem a spite thing rather than a legitimate concern. Because the way I see it is like this. Let's say I'm sitting there genuinely running a business and I am fully like the business comes before everything. Because that's what it should be. The business comes before my personal feelings. The business comes before my personal vision. It becomes to what the democratic votes say should happen. And I'm sitting there going, let's imagine a world. I don't know. I'm not saying this happened at all, but let's imagine a world where instead of paying them $100,000, he paid them $150,000. I don't know. This is just a random example. Nothing even connected. Oh, you know what? I'll use a different business. A business, instead of paying 100, he paid them 150K. Surely there's better ways to sort that out when you've had a successful year than this. Like, surely you almost look at it like, okay, I really don't like that he did that, but we made a profit. We went from 3 wooden spoons to 12th. We've recruited well. Here's all these good things that have happened in the last 12 months. It's almost like a good leadership tax to a degree. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's fair or anything like that, but surely there should be some reasonable minds and go, okay, that's not good that happened, if it did whatever happened. However, over the grand scheme of things, the business that we should all care about more than anyone else is doing better than it was. That should be the number one priority. Now, again, I don't know what happened. I don't know the amount of it. It does seem like there's a bit of mudslinging going on right now.
If this story dropped today and this whole Tiger story didn't drop this week, I'd probably be more alarmed. In fact, I would be alarmed. I'd be like, oh, this isn't good. This is bad. This has dropped 2 days after what happened the other day. Yeah. My gut feeling tells me it's all timing. I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
But my gut feeling tells me that this is too convenient.
Yeah, it's all been declared. Like, as I said, he also, the Holman Barnes Group side came out and said, the announcement about the 15 years contract. Yeah. What I don't get about that is like, because he said it's embarrassing and it's not financially good or something like that. That was his quote. What I don't get with that is most contracts and agreement have a cooling off period. So, like, unless because he said that we found out, like, basically the implication was we found out when everyone else found out about it. But I just like, I find that hard to believe. Like, I find, like, yes, okay, maybe they did, but surely there's like, okay, let's say they found out when everyone else found out and the contract was signed a month ago or whatever. Surely you'd have the power as the owners of the company to go to that company that the agreement was made and say, mate, this guy has acted without any approval.
Yeah.
Can we have a discussion about changing a few things? I think, like, because the problem is this, is like, contracts matter for sure, but a lot of the time, if someone wants to just go, nah, not doing it. Like, what do you do? What do you do? You can go and fight it in court, or you can try and make it work. And that's what I'm not understanding with the 15-year thing. Surely there was a better avenue to go. Like let's say they didn't want 15 years. Instead, they were happy with 10 years. Surely you negotiate behind the scenes, and it got released that it was 15 years. In 10 years' time, when it finishes, no one's going to be like, hey, hang on a sec. 10 years ago, you guys said it was 15 years. I feel like there's just so many other avenues to talk and negotiate and get a deal done than blowing the whole joint up.
To me, this seems like one side is throwing shit over the wall to the other side and vice versa.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all this is.
I think it's a bit of a response to, clearly there was stuff getting leaked from the Balmain side after the board stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not, both sides aren't innocent.
Oh, God, no.
You know, like they're both slinging shit. However, there is one side that's taken a pretty drastic,
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
you know, a drastic as anything decision. And now it's like, it's almost untenable for Richo. Like, how do you stay a CEO of a business when you know that this has been leaked to damage your reputation?
And also, like, this has been leaked. And
Or at least that's what we think.
We know it's been leaked, like this whole thing, because the wording was very careful in the thing. It was the NRL Integrity Unit aren't investigating Richo. They're probing to see if they can investigate. Like, why is that even freaking news?
Yeah, it's like the NRL do heaps of probing about heaps of stuff. It's not official.
And like, I understand why Camus did it, because it is news. Like, it is news. But like, what I mean is, it shouldn't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and look, if you want to make the argument, if you want to discuss, like, you know, if a journalist has been putting this story out, yes, it's technically news, but he's probably aware of the narrative that's trying to be pushed. You know, and what's more important, the news side of things? And granted, I'm not a journalist. I didn't go to journalist school, so like, they probably do talk about this ethical dilemma of, am I being, you know, is my platform being used for a specific narrative, or is the fact that this is newsworthy? This is, you know, I'm just going to tell me, they're just going to tell me what they think and the things that are going on.
Well, I think you're right. I think it is newsworthy just because of what's happened. And Chamis has all the points in the bank this year. Like,
oh, mate, Chamis' last 2 years. But you know, you can have that argument though. You could have, okay, what weighs more? Going, okay, there's a narrative being pushed and I'm a part of it right now, or am I the unbiased guy that is, you're technically telling facts? Because you know, are they doing probing? Yes, they are doing probing. Was the questions about this? Yes, the questions are about this. Again, doesn't mean it even happened poorly or badly or anything like that. So, yeah, look, it's just mudslinging. That's what's happening right now.
So if Richo does go, and that's what my gut.
I don't think he can stay.
I don't think he can stay either. And to be honest, I thought he was gone before this morning, before I read this article. So you add this to it, it's crazy. If Richo goes, this has a domino effect. This could affect, as we said on Wednesday or yesterday, this could affect Luai. This could affect Bula. This could affect the whole club. I just shake my head, to be honest.
All for what? Like essentially, because again, this is the tax I'm talking about. Like, let's assume that things weren't done the best way. Like, the club's in a better place than it's been in years.
It's been great this year. It's been good this year.
Considering how much bad things happened too. Like think about how positive we're all feeling about the Tigers before this all happened. They lost their best gun that they were building a club around.
I think, because I think everyone kind of feels the same. Like, when this story dropped, because, you know, the whole, whenever the Tigers are in the news, everyone kind of laughs because they keep it alive. But this wasn't that funny. Like, everyone, I was sad about this one. And it was because they've shown so much improvement. They were on the up, and it's just like, again,
it's just not fair.
It's not.
It's not fair. Like, there's a point where you can laugh at other clubs and, you know, because we're all, you know, a bit of banter or whatever. We've all been there, you know, Broncos in shambles for a bit. Tigers have been in shambles for a while, like laughing at the Doggies were in shambles for a bit. You know what I mean? We've all been there. So we kind of, there's a bit of banter back and forth. But once it gets to a point where it's like, I don't think any of us have been here. Like, this is something where you go, I feel sorry for that fan base. And again, I just asked the question, like, okay, were things, let's grant everything that Holland Barnes Group said. Were things run the way you wanted them to be run? Let's say it wasn't. Is the club, the business, the number one priority, not personal feelings, not, you know, pissing contests, none of that stuff? Was the club in a better position than it was 12 months ago?
From what I can see, yes.
I think unequivocally yes. Yeah. Like, I'd love to see any kind of data that would suggest no. On the field, substantially better, recruitment substantially better, financially better. There's so many things that are better. So surely you eat that tax of things aren't being run the way I want, but things are better. So what's a higher priority? Me getting things to run the way I want, or the business that I'm supposed to have as number one priority?
Like, this question shouldn't even be asked.
Like, it's so easy. Yeah. The answer is so easy. So look, and the sad thing is like, because everything is so smoke and mirrors and that, is this being done intentionally to make it untenable for Richo? Because maybe, like, right now, if he walks, it almost seems like that's what that side of the thing would want. So he's sitting there going, well, okay, you know, am I giving them what they want by walking? But at the same time, how do I work at a place where the majority owners are, this is what's going on? And then you've got the whole other side of things is like he was going to walk and he's got this massive payout, and that's potentially the intention might be to avoid that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's just all dirty.
It makes me sick, to be honest.
Like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, for what? Just for control, really. Like, I don't see any other like thing that I could really look at. Like, okay, the 15-year deal where they're at Leichhardt. Didn't they get government agreement for upgrades at Leichhardt?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're starting that. It could be next year, maybe.
So, like, was that a part of the agreement to get the upgrades?
I don't know.
Like, it seems like it goes hand in hand. Like, okay, yeah, 15 years will be the home. Well, like, I understand from the fact that, West is going to be like, what about us? But I don't know.
Like, it's been 25 years. Just like, how can we not? We're playing here. Our juniors come from here. We'll train here. Just
sort it out. I know. It's just crazy. And also, like, is there a stadium out there that is good enough to host a team every week?
Campbelltown Stadium's terrible. They used to play at Lidcombe Oval, but that has like 4 seats. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
answer's no.
So, like, you get government approval for this incredible stadium to get upgraded with all this history. And granted, I know that they would have history too. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you can incorporate your history into Leichhardt. Like, it's a joint venture.
I remember Broncos used to play at QE2.
Souths play at freaking Accor.
Yeah, like it changes sometimes. And Souths have been around for fucking 100 years.
I know.
It's just, I don't know, bro. It's just crazy. I feel so sorry for Tigers fans. It just doesn't make any sense. So Laundy has come out and said, and so some people got to misinterpret it, I think, what he said, because what he said is, I'll buy their 90% share, but I don't think he was saying I'll get rid of the West side.
No, he wasn't. No.
He's saying I'll buy it just so that we can get this shit going.
He mentioned the Balmain thing just to say, I'm a Balmain guy, so I'm going to make it work for everyone.
Yeah. But he wasn't saying I'll buy it so it's all Balmain.
No way.
And you'd be silly for it to all be Balmain. Like, why would you do that?
Well, you can't, because you lose all those juniors.
Yeah. Like, it'd be...
And the money. Can't happen.
It just can't happen. And the NRL wouldn't allow it either. So I think people misinterpreted that. But, like, the problem for Holman Barnes Group is like, granted, it's their business. They can do what they want technically. Now, I would argue it's not that clear because they're in the NRL. So the NRL are ones that gives licenses. So at some point, the NRL might say, no. You don't get to run your business however you want. I mean, you can run however you want, but you're just not going to be in the NRL. But, like, I think the problem now for Holman Barnes Group, not a problem, they're huge. Like, 80 million revenue in a year? I think it's 50 mil off Pokies, 25 mil off West Tigers. But, like, the idea that there isn't buyers out there that would go, okay, we'll take it, it kind of puts a little bit of pressure on them that there's clearly buyers out there, billionaire buyers.
Good.
That the option of, like, okay, you don't want me here, it's there now. Whereas before you could kind of be like, there's no one out there that wants to buy it, so we will continue to run this joint. Yeah, and look, I know there's probably West fans out there going, well, he's a Balmain guy, so, we'll just get shafted almost a little bit like Balmain seem to be getting shafted right now. But it's like, surely it's got to be better than this, guys.
Guys, it's the West Tigers. It's the West Tigers.
Yeah.
And just make it the West Tigers, and it's...
Well, this is what I can absolutely... Well, I can't promise you this, but from my opinion, it's never coming back.
It's never coming back.
You will both get kicked out before one of you get in.
Yes.
I honestly reckon both will get kicked out before... And you know what they'll do? They'll kick one of you... They'll kick both of you out, and they'll bring Ipswich in.
Yeah, Southeast Queensland. Yep.
And they'll just go, sweet. We have this juggernaut area, like Redcliffe Dolphins, cashed up for days, doing fantastic. Broncos, and then Ipswich, we've got this juggernaut state that all of their clubs are run extremely well. Even the Titans, with how small they are, still doing relatively okay, just not on the field. You know what's crazy? Titans have made finals before fucking Tigers have in the last 14 years.
I know. It's crazy.
They made Gold Coast Titans made the finals in 2021.
Yeah.
And were one pass away from beating the Roosters.
They should have been in the semis, the second week of finals.
Like, if that doesn't tell you something, that the Gold Coast Titans, respectfully, I'm from the Gold Coast. I love the Gold Coast Titans. Like, well, I love's a strong word, but I really like them. Like, that's bad. That is, with the juniors out of West, and that is shit.
Missing the finals for 14 years straight.
It should be impossible.
It's just terrible.
Like, especially with the juniors you've got.
Yeah.
Like, I'd almost like cop Gold Coast because they're a relatively new club that They have literally a history. On the Gold Coast, you cannot win a professional sport.
Yeah.
Like, so there's at least that.
Yeah.
And across all sports. Never won a professional sport.
Yeah.
So you've got that to kind of like tend with. Where it's like, West Tigers, like, you're essentially in the heart of young talent out of West.
I saw a, have you seen that thing going around about a rally?
Yeah.
I've had 2 Tigers fans message me saying they're considering actually going. It's gotten to that point.
Mate, I don't know, the backing of it all or whatever, but I can understand where the frustration's coming from. Sure. I really can.
Yeah.
I really, really can. Yeah. So, yeah. Another thing, something else I want to bring out. Like, look, I know I keep talking about these clauses, but when I found this shit out, I couldn't fucking believe it, bro. So Jerome Luai obviously has the clauses. Then it gets reported that Richo has a clause connected to O'Reilly, is it?
O'Farrell.
I nearly fell out of my fucking chair. Like, wait a sec. So no one's putting any pressure on Richo, whose clause allegedly, it's getting, let's just put it this way, it's getting reported in the same people, in the same fucking newspapers that were talking about, Luai's clauses. He has a clause not only like, I could speak to other clubs and leave next year, but at least reportedly gets paid out the last 2 years of his contract. Can you imagine if Luai had a clause saying he can leave at any time and he'll get paid the last 2 years of his contract? And we're all sitting here talking about Luai's clauses and loyalty. The guy that's risking his life every time he crosses the line, talking about his loyalty. I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, it really puts it in perspective.
I'll just leave that there. Yeah. Far out. Unfucking believable stuff. And other players with clauses now, it's like at these clubs that are struggling to get it together. How can we begrudge them, bro?
Like, whatever. It has to be done.
How can we begrudge these players when we've just, look what's happened here?
Yeah.
Like, look at, anyway, it's just.
I know we spoke about it on Wednesday, but like the fact that Luai came out 3 weeks ago and said, the clauses are just there because the Tigers don't have a good track record. Like an off-the-cuff line at the jersey launch, which ironically was the facing reason why this happened. And then literally this happens 3 weeks later. It's just, it's crazy timing.
But that's the thing, like with a guy like Luai, like these are the, I understand we need administration to run the games and we need good administrators to run the games. But like, these are the guys we come to watch. Like they are, to this idea that he's just this dummy that goes out there and like doesn't know what's going on and shut up and play football and like, bro, Luai, like I'm not sitting here saying he's Einstein or whatever, but he's a street smart kid.
Yeah.
And he's relatively intelligent too. He's not a dummy. So when he went to the Tigers, he's like, you don't be part of a 4-time fucking premiership in a row, 4 premierships in a row in a key position if you're a fucking dummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he understands the lay of the land. His manager understands the lay of the land. As a team, they knew going to the Tigers, they can say all they want about it's going to change, it's going to this, it's going to that. They've been saying that for 14 years. He has protected himself and his family so well from all this bullshit.
Yeah.
So well. It's a genius move. And he doesn't deserve pressure. He deserves praise for the way he's acted in the best interest of his family and himself. Now, I wish every player could have this kind of protection, but he earned that protection by winning fucking 4 premierships. And so it's just like, when a player is asking for all these clauses, okay, maybe 1 in 10 is just doing it for purely selfish reasons. But how about we flip the conversation and ask ourselves, why is a player asking for those? Maybe we should hold some clubs accountable for how they've been run over the last few years. Instead of having a crack at a player that's saying, listen, I'll try and make it work. I'll put my body on the line for you. How about you start running a club well? I don't know. You reckon anyone's going to Penrith asking for a bunch of clauses? Yeah, no. Melbourne? Broncos?
Harry Grant can't even get a 4-year contract.
Cam Smith didn't sign anything longer than a 3-year deal, I don't think.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? How about we put the onus and accountability on the people running the club and say, you run the club so well that the boys are desperate to be there. I know there's going to be selfish players that come along every now and then and all they give a shit about themselves, okay, I get it. But most of the time, the players are doing stuff that they know the lay of the land. They know what's going on now. So anyway.
Last thing on Luai, every time he's been interviewed this year about the clauses, he said, I'm staying as long as it's all good. I just want to ask one thing. So there's going to be a 20th team. Do you reckon it's going to be Ipswich or New Zealand?
Ipswich for sure. Like, look at the success of the Dolphins, man. Like, look at like Queensland. Every single club is essentially run well. Like, as in, Titans. Obviously, they're not going great or even good. But like Dolphins coming into the comp, like they are. If you just looked at like well-run clubs and all that stuff, like they are substantially better off than half the NRL clubs, I'd say.
The Titans did make a prelim in their third or fourth year.
Yeah, like it's, like
I know they've been bad, but
look, the thing with the Titans, at least they've identified it.
Yeah,
at least like they're making some moves.
I mean, they just got Matty Johns.
They just got Matty Johns in, Gordon Tallis, new coach in Hanno. Like they landed Hanno, which I never thought they would. The owners have said we want to make proper changes, purchased out everyone else so they could own them. Like at least they're making moves. Like I'm definitely not putting the Titans on the Gold Coast. The Titans on the Tigers level. Like they're not even close to each other. And so I just think that I think it's probably got to be Ipswich. I think that tunnel of I guess that's western side of the state, western-ish. It's right foot with players. There'd be money there. It's had that Ipswich has been around in rugby league forever.
That's the key thing.
Yeah, it's a staple of rugby league. It is rugby league mad. AFL are doing a great job at stealing that part of Queensland. I think it just has to be, and that's coming from someone that probably was against it a few years ago. I just think that if we lock that Western corridor down, it kind of just makes AFL like they're pretty much done in Queensland then. Like they're not going to get the Brisbane side of things because Broncos are just so big. I know Lions are going well, but like look how good Lions have been going and they still are nowhere near as big as Broncos.
They won the comp.
Yeah.
And it's all Broncos.
It's all Broncos. So,
fuck, man, being Queensland at the moment, like every team winning Origin, the bloody Olympics coming up.
It's the best.
It's yeah.
I love look, I don't want to get political or whatever, but it seems like we've leaned into our sport. Which is like, why wouldn't we?
I know. It's like your identity.
It is part of our identity as Queenslanders now. Like it truly has gotten to the point where Queensland and sport are like almost tied synonymously with each other. It's crazy.
And someone in the comments can remind me, I think, is the Gabba getting an upgrade as well? Maybe?
I think so, yeah. I think so. Someone's getting an upgrade. Well, you know what?
Happening.
Even Suncorp might be getting an upgrade.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. I think after they won the grand final, I think one of the politicians up there fucking mentioned it.
That's funny, like, even though Suncorp's pretty old, like it's 30 years old, it doesn't feel like it needs an upgrade.
Bro.
I'm sure if it got an upgrade, it'd be mad. But it's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, nothing comes close to Suncorp. I'll have the same argument as I had mid-year where I said it's the mecca of rugby league and people fucking lost their shit.
Yeah.
New South Welshmen lost their shit. Spare me. Suncorp is the mecca of rugby league.
Like, I'm as blue as they come, and I live next to Allianz Stadium. But like, the people that say that mustn't have been to Suncorp.
Like, go to Suncorp in an Origin game and come back and tell me it's not the mecca of rugby league.
As a stadium, like Allianz is the newest stadium, so obviously as a stadium, yes, it's better. But like, you just get this feeling in Suncorp when it's full.
Suncorp just has does it have 100 years history, like maybe some other grounds or whatever, but there is something so rugby league about Suncorp. It has soccer played in it, has union played in it, but the Broncos built that history with Queensland. Like now, times have changed, and we've got a bunch of New South Welshmen in our side and whatever, but like. No other team has built a stadium up the way the Broncos have and Queensland have with Suncorp. Like, we're never going, oh, fuck, got to go down to a core stadium. Like, we might go, we might not win that much down at a core or whatever. Like, even though you guys beat us only, last year in Suncorp, you're still going. And there was an argument to be made, does this younger generation, are they as scared of Suncorp as the older one because they didn't have to go through that in a row? And I don't think they are as scared of it because I think it's just a new generation. But I do think that when they're about to play in Suncorp, it means something more than when I'm about to play in Accor or Allianz.
Yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, we have won the last 2 games at Suncorp, but like, it's just, I don't know. There's no really tangible way of.
Yeah.
It's just, there's just a feeling.
Well, I think you'd ask the players. How do you feel when you're about to run out in Suncorp, and how do you feel in Allianz and Accor?
I know this is stupid, but like, anyone who's been to Suncorp, just how does it feel when you walk in there?
Oh, bro.
It feels the best. It's just.
You know what's funny is we had was it the Penrith game where people were messaging me that were against what I said? Then they went to the Penrith Broncos game there, the prelim, and they were like, bro, I'm sorry, you were fucking so right. Like this pumping is, I've never experienced anything like it.
Yeah, Kat, her dad, who works with Guru, was there, and she said it was the loudest thing she's ever heard.
Like, and as I said, I've been to El Clasico, so Barcelona versus Madrid in not in the Bernabeu, I think it is. So like, and granted, I'm not like, it's just a different feeling. I honestly don't think El Clasico is better. It's just different. Like obviously El Clasico, that is better. But the stadium experience, that compared to an Origin one, they're equal to me. And maybe that's my Australian bias coming out, Queensland bias coming out, maybe. But bro, you go there in a decider, you never felt anything like it in your life. Yeah,
I've been to a few deciders. I've been lucky enough. I wasn't meant to be doing this, but I was lucky enough to stand where the kickoff was.
Yeah,
I was literally sitting on. So row 1's here.
Yeah.
I had an all-access pass, so I just took the piss.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything during the game. So I just walked behind the post and sat on the fence, and like the kickoff came there.
No way.
It was like tingle stuff. It was Munster's debut where Smith carved him up.
17.
Yeah, 17, game 3, devastating.
So you went and stood behind the post?
Behind the post, like, but just to the right, so the kickoff would come there.
And shit.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like?
It was great. I got in a lot of trouble, but it was great.
Oh, you got in a lot of trouble?
I don't care.
Fucking totally worth it.
Core memory. Yeah, we got punted at halftime, but it was so. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it was because there's a Black Shoes Blues section there.
Yep.
And everywhere else is just fully maroon. And JT did his shoulder the Origin before. That's when he kicked that goal.
Yeah.
And then he announced his retirement, so they did this like lap of honour for him, and the Blues fans were booing. And the Queenslanders were like almost in tears, like just going, show some fucking respect. And like just yelling at him. And I'm just there going, holy shit, this is hectic.
Wow.
Yeah, it was mad.
Is that your best rugby? Outside of the behind Freddie Fittler when you won 2018-19 on the buzzer,
yeah,
Teddy?
that was the best.
That one was the best?
I was sitting standing behind Freddie watching Ferguson do the thing. And
there's that picture.
There's that picture that some random guy in Accor Stadium took and was posted on, and someone sent it to me. I was like, holy moly. That's my best memory of working there for sure.
Is that your second best one behind the post, or is it another one? Probably New South Wales winning, I guess, back to back.
Yeah, because that was the back to back.
Yeah.
The first Origin win when we won in 18 was pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a good night. That was a good night. Yeah.
Fuck it out.
But no, it was like just as a rugby league sicko, that moment right there was incredible.
Yeah, fuck. Behind the post, like
people like that doesn't exist. That experience doesn't exist. Like
no,
unless you're sitting in row 1. But that's
you're on the field.
Yeah,
like truly the moment before gladiators go to war. Like, and not war guys, but like as close as you can get without it actually being war, really.
But yeah, I sat there for the whole half until we got punted. It was
what
awesome.
was the physical contact? What was that like? Seeing how
I could feel it.
Yeah,
I could feel it. Yeah.
It's weird. Sometimes I watch footy especially when I watch it in person, and I'm just like, I don't know how the fuck you used to do that, bro.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You can become accustomed to anything.
I tell you what you should do. This is what I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people. So when I worked for New South Wales Rugby League, obviously I say I work for the Blues, but I work for New South Wales Rugby League, which means I went to a lot of reserve grade matches. Go to a reserve grade match because it's the same contact,
but you can fully
hear it.
Yeah,
yep. It's crazy. The two craziest things I reckon are being next to a racetrack when you hear the horses gallop past. Like that sound is incredible.
Yeah,
and that as well.
The contact in rugby league. Yeah, look, I'm just like, bro, I can't believe you used to run essentially straight into 110, 120 kilo. Like we had Nelson on the podcast yesterday.
Incredible, by the way.
Like,
please listen to it.
Yeah, well, we're going to give it to Nelson to get approval first.
Oh, yeah.
And look, Yeah, wow. But when he walks in, I'm just like, I can't believe I would have been on the same field. Like, I think he debuted after me, but like similar blokes like that, you just going, fuck.
But this is weird. But like, there were some points yesterday I was just staring at him because he's so tall.
He's so big,
like
bro.
I made sure like I wasn't standing in front of him, but I was like walk behind him. I'm like,
he's a spoiler alert for you. We were reading out his stats, and I was like, 200 centimeters. He's like, oh no, the stats are wrong. And I was like, oh, what are they? He said, well, 201. And I said, oh, 115 kilos. He said, bro, I haven't been 115 kilos in like 10 years.
Yeah, since 2012, he said.
He said, I played about 135. 135.
Yeah.
And he moves like that.
I think that was pre-show as well.
That's pre-show. Yeah, they wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
135. Like in my best year of first grade, I was 82 kilos. Playing against, like, maybe they weren't as, I mean, there were some pretty big boys when I was playing. Pretty big boys. Just going, fuck. And what's funny is though, like, I'm wigging out about him, but those big boys hated playing me because I was a little fast guy that was running around stepping and shit like that, and they want to take my fucking head off.
And side note, fuck, what a bloody good guy.
Oh man,
like genuine good person.
I think it too.
Yeah,
you know, you always assume these big boys they're just fucking rough and tumble. Yeah, get the and look, I'm being fair dinkum. A lot of them are, which we love. But yeah, it was mind blowing, really eye opening. And like I've been in locker rooms before and known that you don't judge a guy by the way he plays, you judge it by how he's in the locker room. So I always knew that people can be different. But bro, what a chat! It's just yeah, fuck, what a chat, what a chat. Brought to you by KO. Guys, Ashes it on. You only watch it on KO. And also brought to you by Aspley Mazda, the X that you actually want, guys. So basically, have a chance to be gifted a day with myself, Alex Glenn, Joral Yaoyi in a corporate box in Suncorp watching the Broncos play. You can come with us. And you just, at the moment, they're doing a special on X rental. So K is 20,000 and under. And basically, you don't have to pay the premium of a new car. You've got essentially a newish car. You know, it's an X rental, obviously. And the prices are 34K, I think, for the CX-5, 32K roughly for the Go to the Monday show to check. We'll get them in the show notes going forward. And it's not like there's thousands of them. So LDC_01, give him a message. If you purchase one, and once these cars are gone, because there's a limited amount, it's not thousands at all. You've got a relatively good chance. Give him a message. And once the cars are gone, no one else is entering the draw after that. So it's not like this is going to go on for the next 6 months and whatever. It literally only goes for once the cars are gone. So if you're in the market for a car, this style of car, I have a CX-5 with my wife. I absolutely love it. I'll never change. The only reason I will change is to go up bigger, a CX-9 I think it is. It is an incredible car, guys. The thing about this Mazda CX-5, and I just have to say this because I speak about my wife all the time, it is like a luxury car without the luxury car badge price. And honestly, this has nothing to do with Luke and Aspley anymore. I'm talking just about the conversations I had with my wife. She's done test drives in like Porsches and that, and we've rented cars when we go away or whatever. The Mazdas these days, they're like premium cars without the premium badge on it, which makes it obviously more expensive. Go and test drive one. Not even Aspley if you don't want to. Go and test drive one and tell me I'm wrong. I promise you, they're fucking unbelievable. You've seen the inside of my Mazda 3, eh?
Yeah, I've been in it.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy, bro.
It's mad.
It's hectic, and it's a Mazda 3.
Yeah.
And so you get this affordable price for this premium thing. Okay.
I tell you what I did in Vegas once. I hired a Dodge. You know, there's mad vintage. Hired a Dodge, and we just drove out to the desert and just drove around the mountains and stuff, just at full tilt. It was and it was $20 $29 USD to hire it for 2 hours. It was literally it was my highlight of Vegas. Pretty much.
Yeah, Vegas, man. I never want to go back there again.
Yeah, no, I'm happy I'm done with Vegas.
Oh my god. Okay, let's get into cricket. Okay.
Just jumping in before the cricket chat, me and Denon were talking about, day one for ages off mic, for bloody ages. And we spoke about particularly comparing Inglis's run out to it was Ricky Ponting and how good Alex Carrick's catch was and his work behind the stumps, blah, blah. We talked about it for so long that we actually forgot to talk about it in the podcast because we thought we talked about it in the podcast. And then Yes. So basically now Denon's gone and he was like, shit, we forgot to talk about Kerry and Inglis. So we didn't forget them. We just talked about it so long off mic that we actually just forgot to talk about it. But rest assured, wow, what a freak, both of them. That freak run out that Inglis did was just, again, as I said, it was Ricky Ponting like, and it actually made me go and watch the Ricky Ponting run out compilation that I talk about a lot. I'll put that in the show notes actually. One of the great videos goes for like 20 minutes. Please watch it. And Kerry's work behind the stumps and that catch, just wow. So, yep, didn't forget him. Just forgot to talk about in the potty.
First of all, shout out to Travis Head for sackwhacking Inglis.
Yeah, I think it was Inglis. Yeah,
Inglis. Shout out. Respect that. Always respect a good sack whack.
Especially from a 31-year-old.
It makes it better. Because, like, when is a sack whack not funny?
See, if Reece Walsh did sack whack someone, I'd be like, because he's young.
Yep.
Like when he did the your mum thing. But it's just so much funnier that Travis Head did it at a 31.
Like, we've just spent the last week just glorifying this guy as larger than life and this incredible inspiration to the nation and greatness personified. And his next test, he's sackwhacking his mate.
It might have been, I think it was Nisa actually. Anyway,
Nisa?
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, someone was luckily gifted with a sackwhack. Yeah. Some would call it a fondle. I would call it a sackwhack because it wasn't that hard. Obviously, you know, the pressure of the sackwhack does define whether it was a fondle or a sackwhack.
It was a light touch.
It was a light touch. It was a grazy almost, but sensitive areas. So for some people, it would have been a sackwhack. For some people, it would have been just a little fondle. So yesterday, they start... Look, we put a lot of shit on England for Bazball.
Yep.
So we got to put our hands up and say Bazball worked. And I want to say this. Let's get the disclaimer out of the way. I don't know anything about cricket. It's everything I say. It could be bullshit, but it's just the way I saw the game. This was Bazball with a fucking brain, to a degree. To a degree. I think there's two big run scores that fucking has inflated this score to make Australia almost feel like we had this terrible day. I think it seems like a normal day, but because last week was so fucking hectic, we're all like, what the fuck's going on here? 300 in the first day of an Ashes test is pretty normal. Pretty normal. So anyway, we open up, we go 2 for 5, and we're sitting there going, fuck it, these guys suck. These guys are so shit. Then Root and Crawley get together and just steady the ship and grab the game by the scruff of the neck, really. Just fucking dominated us.
It's funny with Crawley, like, every ball, it looks like he's going to get out.
Yeah.
But then he just didn't. And then it was a good innings. And Root, holy shit. Like,
bro, what an innings. Like, look, you know, I've seen some Aussies, and look, I'll get on board the bandwagon of discrediting greatness as much as the next bloke. You know, I'm happy to discredit an Englishman even if they are great. So I get the banter. I'm with you. But, like, the conditions, pink ball. I mean, even Root doesn't like a fucking pink ball game. Even he doesn't like it. Under lights for a period there, terrible first innings, the pressure, the calmness and the time that he had. Like, for a guy that, for me, that doesn't know that much cricket and hasn't watched Root for quite a while, he just looked in control. He looked like, I know there were a couple of times where, we could have a close catch here, close catch there, but it almost reminded me a little bit of Joey at his best, where it looked like the defense was in fucking slow-mo. Sometimes it looked like those balls were getting bowled in slow-mo because he just had so much time to turn his body, guide the ball through. Again, I don't know much about cricket, but that's what it felt like for me with him.
It was superb. It was a superb knock. He's a good batsman. Sorry.
Great.
Let me rephrase.
Yeah.
He's one of the greats. English fans, let me know if he's the greatest Englishman of all time. He's going to pass Sachin Tendulkar at some point as the most runs of all time. He's got 40 centuries. Only, I think, one Aussie's done that. Punter's got 41. Like, put that in perspective. Punter, Ricky Ponting, has 41 tons. Joe Root has 40. Now, England play millions of tests, so there's that. But, like, you can't discredit him. He's still averaged, like, 35 in Australia, which isn't good, but, like, he's not been
terrible.
He's not been shit.
Yeah.
And, like, look, Joe Root, he's got 40 hundreds. I'm pretty sure he averages over 45 in India, over 45 in Pakistan. I think he averages 65 in Sri Lanka.
And India is like
India's
the death trap of every batter ever.
Averages like 50 against New Zealand. I'm pretty sure he averages 50 against West Indies. So he does it all around the world.
Yeah.
It's just Australia, and he's still got like 950s.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as I would have liked to not see it.
Yeah.
It's the world is now right.
Yeah.
The cricketing world is now correct.
Yeah.
That Joe Root has finally got his 100 in Australia, and we can give him his flowers because he's an all-time great and he deserves everything.
Yeah, incredible innings. Like truly, we spoke about Head last. It was so dramatic with Head doing what he did, and probably in a crazier circumstance. But I just think that. Root, I wouldn't put it on the level of what Head did because of the fact that he essentially, I know Starc won. I know Starc got all those wickets, but with the bat, he essentially won the game. But I would say it's the first innings, it's early days, it doesn't mean they're going to win the series. However, if they do win this test, in my opinion, it probably will come back to what Root just did.
Definitely.
Because if he goes for 50 there, they're on 260 or some shit
they're
like
gone.
that. And the partnerships that he had, they probably go shit as well. Like, there's no way, maybe not, I don't know. But Archer came out and fucking banged us around that oval, which was so embarrassing. What the fuck's going on there? Yeah. Does he do that if Root hadn't, laid the groundwork the way he did? Maybe not, I don't know.
I like the Crawley-Root partnership was the big one. Like, Crawley was able to be himself.
See, we could have copped that. If Archie didn't come out and fucking belt us through. As I said, I don't know anything about cricket. Next to nothing. Any danger of someone helping Starkey out?
Oh, honestly.
Any fucking danger?
Our bowling yesterday was terrible.
And you know what? Fucking Starc lifts the nation on his fucking fatherly forearms. And then we go, okay, we got barely any experience in our bowling. Let's fucking drop the most experienced bowler we have and have no fucking rhythm change up. What is going on with the Nathan Lyon decision?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm like, I know with cricket, like you always have to wait until like for context.
But I'll just say I'm wrong. I don't give a fuck. Hey, I was wrong. Who gives a shit?
It's the wrong decision. It's the wrong decision.
I'm happy to get up here and go, I was a fucking idiot. Steve Smith's a genius or the coach is a genius. I'll say that. But right now I'm looking at it going, weren't we almost laughing at England when they were saying they were going to have all fast bowlers in the first test? Isn't there more movement in a fucking pink ball?
But there is. But I'd almost understand it if Cummins and Hazlewood were playing because then we've got the big four and they can just do their thing. But
we've got no experience.
Stark's got 414 or 15 test wickets, right? He had no one to help him. There was no one to change up the variation.
Bro, Starkey's stretching the fucking hammies in the last 20 minutes. He's about to blow his hammy out.
And Lyon's got 500 test wickets. It would have been really good to have him on the field.
You reckon Archer's bashing him around the last 20 like that?
Lyon would have. That wouldn't have happened. Look, I can't say that.
We don't know, but look, we've got a lot of evidence to suggest it wouldn't have.
Exactly. You can't just say, Lyon would have got pumped. You can't say that.
So NASA, is it NASA or Nessa?
Michael Nisa.
Nisa. 3 pink ball tests?
This is his third, yep.
Then you've got Doggett on debut test. And Doggett wasn't great.
He had a bad day.
Then you've got Boland, who was solid this week, time.
He was bad at the end, but he had a good spell.
What happened? I can't believe he fatigued like that.
Yeah.
I take that back. I understand. It's a long day, bowling all day or whatever. Yeah. Right now, he's had one great session, I'd say. Is it session? Spell,
yeah.
Where, he was good most of the day. But Doggett, Nisa, instead of Lyon, I'm just I just don't understand. And then you've got Green as well. How does that make sense?
The Green thing, yeah.
I don't get it. Doesn't the ball move under lights with a pink ball?
So Nathan Lyon has a really good record with a pink ball, and he has a really good record at the Gabba because he gets a lot of bounce there. So very odd decision, especially without Cummins and without Hazlewood. Nisa bowled okay. Doggett was terrible. Nisa can score runs, but if we want runs, then pick freaking Bo Webster. I don't know.
And also Cam Green can bowl.
Cam Green should be bowling, but Cam Green bowling is sometimes he's good, sometimes he just bowls.
But if you just need that to give the boys a bit of a break, you can bring him in.
Nathan Lyon should have been playing this test. There's just, in my mind, there's no doubt. And if Nisa peels off a 50 today, then I'll be like, okay, I understand. But he couldn't have been picked for his batting, surely. He opened the freaking bowling.
But and this is what I'm not understanding as a guy that doesn't know shit about cricket. The pink ball moves more and it's under lights. Wouldn't you want a fucking spinner? Because if it moves more and it's under lights, it's going to do more?
Yeah, normally that is more relevant to pace, but Lyon's drift.
Okay, so the pink ball suits pace more.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
He's still got a really good record with the pink ball.
But even if you take that out and go, okay, for pace or whatever, what about the rhythm of the whole thing?
That's the main thing. That's the questionable thing here.
If the problem is and this is coming from just like sporting perspective. If I get my eye in for fast bowlers, I'm smacking you around the fucking joint forever. Whereas if you have a spinner, then I have to change rhythms up, and my body is going to get in and out of a certain zone where I may not be ready. Like, let's say I went, line for an over or whatever, and by the end of his over, I'm getting locked into his style of play. And then fucking Starc comes in and bowls an absolute fucking perler. My body may not be as quick to react to it.
So that's why the Glenn McGrath and Shane Warne are the best bowling combination in Australian history, because they're so different, but like, how can you possibly get used to any of them? Like,
that's what I don't get. Like, you're almost guaranteeing and granted, I understand that there's a different types of fast bowls and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't actually know the nuances of it all, but I just look at it and I go, okay, there's one type of thing that, yes, is it dangerous? Is it a problem? It is. However, if I get my eye in for that, and in that mode and in that play, and I know that they change paces up, I get all that, but that's still very different to spin bowl.
It's worlds away, yeah.
So it's just I just don't get it, and the fact that we've got Cam Green to chip in if he has to, I'm just not getting it, bro.
Like, especially when Root and Crawley are peeling off a 130-run partnership, like, it would be nice to be able to change it up to try and disrupt that.
Because he's clearly got his eye in. We can't get him out. He's still in. Root's still in.
Still in.
Like, surely we just try and change the momentum up a little bit, or we get, I'm assuming, like, with a spinner sometimes all you need is one lucky bounce to a degree. It's not lucky because they're doing it, but, hits a certain part of the...
Especially the gabba. Like, Lyon, he's good at the gabba. He gets good bounce at the gabba. I don't know. I think it's a bad call. I think it's a really bad call not to pick a spinner.
Very, yeah.
See his interview?
And then he comes out and he says he's filthy.
Yeah.
It's like, who let him come out and say anything?
Why is he doing interviews?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I loved listening to it. But
yeah, I love it. But, like, it's just an extra headline we don't need right now.
I know.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I respect the hell out of him for being honest. Like,
I love Nathan Lyon.
Yeah, if he's going to come out and do an interview, be honest. Like, you'd rather, as a consumer of the content, you go, okay, yeah. Where then the whole, it's all good, It's like, we're not talking about a bloke that was good for 1 year and he got his debut and he's been hanging onto his head ever since, or his cap ever since. We're talking about a legend.
Yeah, who deserves to be able to say whatever he wants.
Like, were the bowlers we brought in that much better? Like, look, as I said, I'm with you. If I get it, if we had Cummins, Hazlewood, Starc, Boland, and then like
that is a fair enough argument for me. I would still pick Lyon in that situation.
Because it actually ironically helps the fast bowlers.
Yes.
Because it changes pace. I don't know. It seems so strange that we would go with essentially like a guy in his third. He's not a debutant, but he's essentially a debutant.
But like, if they wanted to pick Nisa, and I know you can't. I know it's hard to drop Doggett after last game, and I know it's a bit dog. Excuse it, no pun intended. But like, it had to be Lyon in, and then just pick Nisa or Doggett. Just whatever. If you want it, I know it's hard to drop Doggett, and they probably wouldn't have. And this is Captain Hindsight.
Well, didn't we fucking drop Boland after we nearly dropped Boland after he's 6 fucking at the queue.
Yeah.
Well, there was like talk about him not being in the best lineup for the...
Well, he's not in our best lineup.
That's what I'm like, when that happened, everyone was like, yeah, but he's not going to be in the side next week.
Yeah.
Well, Doggett didn't do anything near that last. He was just he was okay for a debutant.
Yeah, so if they wanted to pick Nisa, they should have put Nisa over Doggett. And I know people are going to say you're just a hindsight because Doggett bowled shit. Maybe I am, but...
Well, but you probably wouldn't have gotten Nisa in there. You would have just said, keep Doggett and get Lyon there.
Nisa wasn't in my team.
Yeah, so it's like, but you're kind of saying if they had to go Nisa...
Yeah. Then Doggett's the guy that makes weight,
Doggett's because he's a debutant that only played one game.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like...
And look, if Nisa peels out a 50 today, then we'll talk something different on Monday. But
I will say, I go back to this. I've got to say, we always give Bazball shit. And I will say England did play far more measured cricket. Like, there were times where you could say they were just defending, and then they would pick the pace up and kind of attack the ball a bit. I mean, Brooks just came out like a fucking maniac and was trying to fucking hit sixes every one, but whatever.
Seriously, that guy needs to pull it together.
Like, it's almost like the toxic positivity that's like almost ruining how great that guy is.
Yeah.
It's like, look, it's awesome to be fucking go out there all guns blazing, but if you could just pull it back a little bit, you'd be in there for fucking 6 days nearly.
Yeah, like he averages like 56 or something. Like he reminds me of Kevin Peterson a little bit. Like he is a freak. He's going to cause us dramas for years to come, but what are you doing?
Like, I get it if he was like 30 or 40 runs in and he's known as the aggressive guy, because that's what he's known as, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He's known as so you don't want to take that away from him.
No.
You don't want to sit here and go, oh, don't be aggressive, take everything. But it's at the same time, listen, can you get through the first fucking few balls before you start swinging for the fences?
And like the ball wasn't doing much yesterday. Like, it was a pretty good wicket to bat on, and that's why we need Australia to dig in today. But that shot, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, so back to the point. Measured Bazball relative, like it's hard though, because you go, well, if Root didn't have one of the, a really great 100, they do land around 270, and we're all sitting here saying, shit, that's not great. But anyway, I think they played a little bit more measured, because what did they get? 276 the first innings last time.
Last time,
yeah,
170,
176. Okay, apologies. So more measured Bazball. But listen, I think everyone was sitting there in that last session going, fucking declare, bro. Like, if you got
they were going to.
Yeah, like, just declare, bro. Like, but Stokes sent Archer out there and said, have a crack at it, and played aggressive Bazball.
Well, they were all in their whites. I think I texted you, like, they're about to declare here. This is crazy. I was getting ready to like make a different post about it, but then they just kept scoring runs. So Stokes is like, well, why the hell would we bowl?
Yeah.
Like, let's just keep batting.
Well, and I know the argument here, well, any captain would have done that and played aggressively, because it's like, it's the last batter, you're going to get out anyway. But I think he does deserve a bit of credit for holding his nerve and going,
absolutely,
like,
he does.
Fucking stay. Because like, he could have called before Archer even got out there.
Yeah.
He could have called it a day and said, let's have a crack at their top lineup in the lights. Let's get an hour under the lights here.
And that would have been aggressive, but like, I reckon my comment to that would be, that's just why. It's day one. What are you doing? But he didn't.
No, he didn't.
And he did. And
changed everything.
It's worked. So far it's worked.
It went from a relatively even game to England absolutely are ahead right now.
Yeah, it was pretty par.
And they're still in too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. England are ahead just, I reckon.
Like, if they go out and get 20 partnership in the morning today.
Yeah, true.
Like, they're still in. They're fucking bowling absolute pies to them at the end there. I've got to say, like, not from a normal person, fat slob sitting on my couch kind of stuff, dad bod stuff, but from a professional, I just can't believe how much we fatigued in the end. Like, it's that last innings, we mentally switched off, expected them to declare, and just went, fuck it. Just like this, like, boom, down like that. And I just think that's a real, Aussies are usually known for digging in like that. And I will say they dug in, because it was actually quite a tough game mentally. Like, it was long. I know they didn't play that many overs, but it was like drawn out.
That's another bloody issue.
Super intense. Yes, Steve Smith was taking the absolute piss with how long he was taking between overs, because he didn't want to have to get his batters in there. I get all that.
He's got to sort that out.
Yeah. But like,
I get that tactic though. You're like, you didn't want to bat.
Well, they would do it too.
Of course they would do it.
It's like when you're ahead in a game of rugby league and you've got the ball in your hand. Yeah, there's a minute to go. You're getting up. Oh, I got a cramp. Like, people do all the time.
Like, that bit's fine. But like, the fact that we only bowled 74 overs, like, that's a whole day's worth of.
Well, what I don't get as well is, like, we only bowled 74 overs or whatever, and we were fatigued as fuck at the end there. Like, we were getting belted around the place.
Yeah. Must have been hot as.
And so, yeah, like, I just wonder, like, to be known as the fit team, like, that's not good. That's not good.
I tell you how to conserve your energy. Having Nathan Lyon bowl 40 of the overs.
Fuck me.
And that's how you get to your 90 over rate as well.
And Starc, he'll be wrecked today.
Starc has to look at this team today and say, all the batsmen, and say, look, I can't bowl today.
Yeah.
So you have to stay in.
Yeah.
I can't bowl today, because we can't lose Starc for this series.
We lose Starc, we'll get pounded fucking 3-1.
If we didn't have Starc yesterday, we turn into bloody a B grade team.
Like, just crazy. So, yeah, Starc. Okay, I got an outrageous take here.
Okay.
Outrageous take. I want to preface this all by saying, before you get your knickers in a knot, just relax. I don't know anything about cricket. I'm just looking at the numbers, and I'm looking at comparing it to league and all that kind of stuff. And granted, I know you're going to say recency bias, okay? And I know it's a stupid take before I even say it. But, like, I just felt, since I started watching cricket a couple of years ago, that everyone just said Cummins is better than Starc. Hazlewood is better than Starc. Fair? Fair. I get where that's coming from. But when I look at his numbers, and I look at his durability, and I look at the fact that he is still 100 wickets ahead of Cummins right now, I don't know if that argument is so clear. Is Cummins so clearly and Hazlewood so clearly better than Starc? Granted, right now, are they averaging more wickets or something? Maybe. I don't know, maybe. But is it a guarantee that they're going to be as durable into their 35th year as Starc is? I just think, looking at now, then looking at the numbers, I think Starc's durability is not getting enough credit, and there's an argument to be made that it's not so clear that Paddy Cummins and Hazlewood are better than him. Said it. Maybe stupid, maybe dumb.
I think it's a conversation.
I said it, maybe stupid, maybe dumb. Because like when I said that to you yesterday, you were like, nah, Cummins and Hazlewood are way better. I said, get his wickets up. And you were like, it's 400 or whatever.
415, yeah.
And you were like, Cummins has 300.
Yep.
And like, there's this assumption that Cummins is just going to keep playing till as good as Starc is till he's 35, 36, 37.
But you're right. He that's got to happen still, yeah.
He still has to do it. And I think in league, we're really good at appreciating durability. Like, you know, you can look at a guy like Cleary and go, okay, like he's got all of these accolades here. But a guy like Cam Smith, his durability is praised dramatically. You know, like... And that's where I just look at Starc and I go, are we sure that Cummins ends up with more wickets?
I think it's hard to judge because they bowl in the word is the buzzword is cartel.
You've got to call it a cartel. Kills people.
Because they bowl in a cartel. Now that Cummins and Hazlewood haven't played, you kind of step back and go, wait a minute. Starc is the guy.
Well, okay, tell me this.
I don't really want to answer though.
I know. Look, I'm going to get hounded and peppered. Yeah. I know this is a silly. I'm just looking at it.
It's not silly though.
I'm looking at it with new baby eyes. Yeah. I'm a baby in cricket. I'm walking around. Go. I don't know what's going on. I'm vomiting on myself. I'm shitting myself. I need people to change my diapers. But I just look at it and I go, okay, yes, Paddy Cummins has saved the nation many a time. Have we ever had a situation where Hazlewood and Starc weren't there and Paddy went and did this?
Oh, I'd have to think.
16 wickets. Like right now, he's going to break that guy's...
Mitchell Johnson.
He's on average to break Mitchell Johnson's record. You'd have to say he's going to get 4 more wickets before this test is ended. That's 20 wickets in 2 tests.
Yeah.
Let's say they play 5 tests.
Yeah, I know he's on track. I know a lot's. I'm not saying
I'm not saying he's going to do it. I'm saying right now his average of 16
he's
wickets.
On 16 and Johnson got 37.
He's most likely going to have 20 wickets by the end of this test.
Yep. Wow. Fucking hell.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just looking at it with baby eyes. I'm looking at it with baby eyes, and I'm going, I just don't know. Like, is it as clear that Hazlewood and Cummins are just better the bowlers than Starc?
It's definitely not as clear. To be fair, like I don't have them. Just to be clear, like I don't have tier 1 Cummins, tier 2 Hazlewood, I think of them as a 3.
Yeah.
And I think of Cummins as the leader, even though Cummins doesn't open.
Yeah.
Maybe because he's the captain. I think Cummins is the best bowler. But I think the last 2 tests, well, the last kind of 12 months really, has proven that Starc can do it on his own. He puts the nation on his back. It's the durability. That's the word.
Yeah, and also like maybe he is taking a little bit of a backward step when he is in the cartel.
I think so. It's because Starc's the 5th ranked. This is what I heard this morning on Grade Cricketer. He's the 5th best ranked bowler.
Oh, just wait. The Grade Cricketer listening to this, they are so fucking funny.
Oh, they're the best.
Like, no one's better. I don't care what anyone says. No one's better. They are so good at what they do.
Yeah, they got a live show in Sydney, but I'm in Bali. I'm so devo.
Mate, they are fucking. I might even go. Oh, what day is it?
January 3, maybe.
Mate.
Yeah.
Fuck, they are just unbelievable. So talented.
But yeah, he's the 5th best bowler in the world, and like he's not. He's almost number 1 at the moment. Oh, sorry, no, Bumrah's number 1, but like he's right up there.
Well, like okay, the Bumrah situation. Like yeah, okay, you know, if they're both fit, Bumrah's
Bumrah's the man,
the best.
Yeah.
He's the best. But Bumrah's durability, what's that like?
Terrible.
You know what I'm saying?
Like terrible.
So do I want a guy that can play, you know, a couple tests a year or whatever it is? And look, don't come and kill me, Indian fans. I'm I'm posing some questions here.
You know what? I'll throw it back at you, and I'm kind of going to agree with you. People hate that, but I'm going to agree with you now. Did I think a year ago that Hazel was better than Starc? Yes. Do I think that on their day, probably Starc's a better bowler?
But that's the thing. Like, even on his day, it's fucking hectic.
If I'm picking a bowler for the next 12 months, I'm picking Starc because I know he's not going to get injured. Even Cummins. Like, I probably pick Cummins just because I do think he's better.
And he's batting better as well.
He's batting as well, for sure. But Starc's he's so reliable.
Yeah.
And that's so important.
And so with my baby eyes, my baby eyes might have seen something. I don't know. Shout me down in the comments section. Call me a noob. Say I don't know anything about cricket, but I don't think it's as, like, he's the greatest ever opening bowler.
Starc?
Yeah.
As in, like, first over?
Yeah. Like, that doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
What about how, like, we made the post before it happened yesterday?
Yeah.
Just because we knew it was going to
happen.
So this is the 4th time in a row?
Is it the 4th time now?
Yeah, because he did it in the last series against the West Indies as well. It's just incredible.
Like,
he's also the best, like, when it comes to white ball cricket, there's just no one like it.
And he's also the best left seamer or something like that?
Yeah, he broke that record yesterday.
Like, I think after the last one, people are like, he needs to be rated a bit more highly, but I don't know. I just think that when you look at the cartel, I think that with my little baby eyes that don't mean anything, he's probably surpassed Hazlewood definitely now, in my opinion. And Cummins, like, if you take out Cummins' batting and you just look at his bowling, I reckon there's a conversation there.
There is a conversation, but the reason I don't think people are saying it is because it isn't a conversation because people don't look at them individually.
Okay.
And I don't like to look at them individually. I like to look at them as the cartel.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I'm really struggling to have this conversation.
We'll put it this way. Give me your argument why he isn't. Because you know cricket better than I do. Why isn't he better than Hazlewood and Cummins at bowling?
Well, Cummins is the best bowler. When it comes to, like, who do I want to win a game for me? Who is the most consistent? Not durability. I'm just talking on their day. I'm picking Cummins because he's lethal in every way. Hazlewood is, if you put a 20-cent piece on the pitch, he's going to hit it every time. He's so consistent.
Yep.
Starc's a bit of a wild card. He definitely hasn't been a wild card recently, but, like, historically, he's been a bit of a wild card. Like, sometimes he'll get 2 wickets in an over. Sometimes he'll concede heaps of runs. Like, he's a bit all over the place.
That's probably, like, conceding runs is probably a big factor that I'm not taking into consideration.
Yeah, and you're probably not considering that because he actually hasn't really been doing that this year. He's been really good. Cummins is the best of Hazlewood and Starc, in my opinion.
Okay. If someone said you Starc's better, would that be an outrageous statement? Not outrageous, but would you be like, that is ridiculous?
No, I wouldn't say it's ridiculous. No, absolutely not. And I would say that Starc is a better one-day bowler as well.
Because he has 414 wickets now, I think.
I think it's 415 now, yep.
And then...
Actually, it's probably more.
416 maybe?
It was 415 when he broke the record, so whatever. It's 4
whatever, it's 4 something. What does Cummins have and how old is he have? How old is he?
Cummins has played 20 less games. He's, I think, 3 years younger, 4 years younger, and he's got 309, I think.
So he's played 20 less tests?
Yeah.
Or as in, like, individual tests or series?
Test matches.
So he would have to average...
Innings.
So 5 wickets... No. So because he's essentially 100 wickets less.
It's, again, I just want to come back to this cartel thing. Like, the stats actually don't really matter because they do it all together as a team, and like, that's just what's so great about this cartel, and that's why it's actually been a pleasure and a privilege to watch these guys.
Yeah,
as a team.
Okay,
but individually they're all amazing. In their own different ways.
And I want to make that clear too. I'm not saying that Cummins and Hazlewood aren't fucking unbelievable. Especially Cummins. I actually haven't seen much of Hazlewood, to be honest. But I've seen a little bit.
Because he's always freaking injured.
Yeah, whereas Cummins I've seen, like, bruh.
He's just the man.
Fuck.
The
fact that he's this good at bowling and he's saved us with his batting too is just like...
And he's our captain as well.
Like, bruh. And the decisions he's made and just the amount of times we've needed him to come in and just fucking save us has been... But anyway, that's my little baby eyes take. Not big baby eyes. They're wide, they're innocent, they're naive.
I want to see the comments though.
Let me know what you think in the comments section. You know, I know that I don't have enough of an understanding of cricket to make the call with any sense of confidence. And I know my opinion means, like, if you saw a piece of poo on the ground and you saw my opinion, you'd probably rate the poo more. Because I just don't have I'm not that guy. I'd be much more confident, obviously, in rugby league to make certain calls and stand by them and be like, no, this is why I feel this way. But this one is like, I'm just looking at it with my baby eyes. They're innocent, they're wide, they're naive. It's a baby eyes take. And I'm Google, I'm gaggering, I'm pooing in my pants, I'm pissing in my pants, need a cuddle, need love, need affection. And this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Starc, and I just feel that there's this general consensus as a bowler. He's the third best, and that's just where he's locked in. And I have a feeling that I don't think it's so clear to me, in my opinion. That's just all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to think. Anything else got here?
It was just a good day. It was just a great day of cricket. Like, yeah, that Travis Head moment in the last test was bloody awesome. And amazing, but the test was shit house. It was shit. It was shit. It was TikTok shit. It was like 2 days of just nonsense, really. That was a fantastic day of test cricket where, besides the first half an hour and the last half an hour, it was up and down. Sometimes England were ahead, sometimes we were ahead. Obviously, the first half an hour we dominated. The last half an hour they dominated, but it's just a great day of cricket. Yeah, I loved it.
I was going to say, speaking of like being a great day of cricket, I wrote here, the good and bad thing about cricket, the bad thing is when you're getting beaten, you got to sit there and cop it for hours and hours and hours. The good thing is when you're winning, you can bathe in that shit the whole time. That's a unique thing about cricket is like when it's shit for a whole day. Whereas like league, if you're getting pounded, okay, 60 minutes of us getting pounded, 40 minutes of us getting pounded, fuck, whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas cricket, you've just got to sit there just going, oh my God. This is another thing I want to give England credit for, and I just wonder, for all the chat about England not changing and being more patient, they clearly, like I know publicly facing, they're like, no, we're not changing. But clearly they've identified, go, listen guys, let's just pull it back a bit.
Well, yeah, clearly.
Like clearly, which I respect. And you know what, now in hindsight, like I kind of understand why they said we're not changing anything. Yeah. Because it's like you're just creating headlines then.
Exactly.
Like then it is, oh, they've realised that they're wrong and it's a negative mindset to be in, even though internally you're speaking differently. But I wonder if in game one, now that I look at how they play now, I wonder if they knew they didn't have the fitness. And so that goes, boys, we know we're not going to be fit enough to go toe-to-toe with these guys for 5 days. Let's go out and play like Cowboys and just see if we can bang them off the park. Like, because they absolutely didn't have the fitness for the first test.
No. Yeah.
Terrible preparation. They didn't have the legs under them for like... Look how good their first innings of bowlings were compared to their second innings of bowling.
Their second innings of bowling. Jofra was bowling a spell of 130 k's an hour. Like,
and so I wonder, like, you know, cutting England a little bit of slack. It's like they would have been dumb not to play baseball in the first test because they're so unfit. Now, if you want to have the argument about they should have prepared better, okay, all right, we can talk about that. But they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't. And so I wonder if they were looking at themselves going, boys, it's our first test, like it's basically our first match in a while. The only way we have a win in this is going out and playing like Cowboys for 2 days and seeing if we can get it done because there's no, like those boys are way fitter than us right now. They want a 4 or 5 game, I'm assuming anyway. Now, I know ironically that we beat them in their own game with Travis Head, but it kind of does seem to make a little bit more sense of like, you know, why go out and play slow cricket when you're not fit enough for it yet?
The counter argument to that though would be if like, your bowlers get 2 days of rest if you bat for 2 days.
Yeah.
So, like, why wouldn't you just bat for 2 days, bat normally, bat with a brain like they did yesterday?
But, like, can they bat for 2 days? Would they fatigue pretty quickly?
Maybe not.
You know, like...
I mean, I thought they batted pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, like, yes, they did, but, like, they've got that first game out of their system. They've been training together for a while now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, they're a much fitter side on this day than they were 2 weeks ago. That fitness has been slowly building. And then by game 3, 4 and 5, they're going to be way more match fit than they were. You know what I'm saying? So you're right, though. Like, why not just try and hang in there for 2 days to give them a chance? But I don't know. It just... Maybe that's an explanation for why they did what they did in the first one because it was super fucking weird.
There's got to be some sort of explanation because that was just cowboy shit, as you said. Yeah. It's a big day for us today. It's a big day for both teams. It's good. This day could decide the test match.
Oh, we just got to dig in.
We just got to dig. We have.
Don't even care about the runs. Just dig in.
We have to be batting at stumps. We have to bat all day. That's it.
Like again, although they are fitter than match one, they can't. There's no way they could be fit as us. How's that possible with all the preparation we've had?
They've had no preparation, so they can't be.
Like so, surely we're just digging in.
Just dig in.
Like
that's all they got to do.
Just get fucking Marnus and Steve Smith out there to fucking. Well, hopefully we've got Weatherall and
Trav.
That's an interesting one, Because like we praise Trav for going out and just going fucking skits. But do we want him to go skits this time?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if he can go skits and score 100 runs, yes, we do.
100, sure, yeah.
Yeah. But like, is the game calling for that right now? Or is
I'm nervous about Travis opening. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, I'm nervous too. Because like, what are the chances he comes out and does it again? Like, because it was so hectic.
He's not going to do that again. That was
like, but as in the style of play.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen because the game's not calling for it.
Yeah,
he can build innings though. He's a freak.
Yeah, he's a freak
of nature.
But it'll be so typical. Like he'll nick off. Yeah. And I say nick off now because I know cricket. And then we'll all hate him. Yeah, he's the worst batter ever.
We'll be like, there's no way he should open ever again.
Never ever open again. Can't open. Yeah. It's like fuck. The thing I will like the way I see it anyway is like if you're a gunslinger like Travis said you're gonna have to take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
You can't be a gunslinger all the time.
No.
As in, like, the gunslinging doesn't always work for you.
Yeah. Well, Travis Head hadn't really scored any runs for like a year before this.
I love that shit.
And he's just like, you know what?
He's so the monster of cricket.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that apparently when they were discussing who's going to open, he actually said to Steve Smith, I'll do it. How hard can it be?
That's something Munster
That's all he Munster would say.
And then go out and just rip them to shreds. Brought to you by Code Sports. Also brought to you by Grumpy Coffee. Get to grumpycoffee.com.au. Get your coffee today. Beautiful coffee. You will not be disappointed. Had a record sale, guys. It was just the amount of people that have just sent me messages of how much they love the coffee. It's just been incredible. Thank you so much. And just quickly, our Spotify ages. Okay. This is interesting. I can't believe I thought it'd be the reverse. I think a lot of people would have thought it'd be the reverse, but let's talk about it. So Hammy's average age on Spotify, 70 years old. 70 years old.
I actually have no idea what Hammy's music taste is like. So
70?
I don't know how he got to that number.
Was music even around then?
I think I saw the league, he posted his, and his was like, I think his was 80 because he listens to the Beatles.
Yeah, young woke people. They're just all about ironic. They're just trying to be, he's trying to be ironic.
I know.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so ironic, man. Like, young people suck, old people are cool.
He's so woke.
Wokest guy I know, bro. Matty, like, know nothing about his politics, just call him woke because he's smart.
Yeah, he wears a nice jacket. Oh, you're woke.
Fucking woke. Uses big words. You're fucking woke. What a woke loser. How dare you be intelligent and dress well? Woke. Matty's Spotify age.
63. I don't know how. I listen to a lot of Eminem, I guess, and he's.
But he's
old.
not fucking 63, bro.
He's like 52 or something.
But like his listening audience wouldn't be 50.
Yeah,
it'd be younger. It'd be like 35-year-olds and shit, and 40-year-olds.
Yeah, so I don't know. I guess I do listen to a lot of old Aussie. Like I listen to Cold Chisel and stuff like that.
That's probably good, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is.
My age.
Well, you asked me to guess yesterday.
Yeah. You said like fucking 105.
I was 40 years old.
20. My age is 20, bro. I fucking keep telling people I'm young as shit and I'm cool as shit. Bro, every episode people think I'm old, non-cool, 6 and 7. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Like that. They think I don't know that shit. I'm down with the cause, bro. Like I'm cool as shit, I'm young as shit, and I'm hip as shit. And someone that is cool says that.
What was your like top artist or whatever? Like what did you listen to
Well,
this
what's
year?
weird about this is all my top shit. So my top album was The Weeknd, but his listening base wouldn't be fucking 18-year-olds.
He's
like there would be some.
The Weeknd's like 40, isn't he?
No, I think he's about my age actually.
Okay.
Which is what's that, 40? No, I think he's 37. I'm 38.
Okay.
What's weird is my top 5 songs.
Oh, he's 35.
35. So my top 5 songs were classical, but because I put my son to bed every night and play classical music when he goes to bed.
Oh, well, how's that 20?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But then like there were other ones like The Weeknd. But yeah, it didn't really a bit of Taylor Swift, but she wasn't in my. She might have been like 5th or something like that. But I'm off Taylor Swift at the moment. Like I think her last album's dog shit.
Oh, that was terrible.
Like the writing in like it was like a 16-year-old girl wrote that.
I was literally about to say that.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Honestly,
she's like, isn't she like 35, 36? It's like, grow up, bro.
She's in her 30s, yeah.
Grow up. And what's so strange about it is her Midnight's album. She's writing like an adult. Like it's serious topics, very, very emotional, deep kind of stuff. She's writing like a 16-year-old girl that just got her first boyfriend.
Yeah. Like move on from that.
Like so it's weird.
Yeah.
It's genuinely weird.
She peaked obviously 2 years ago.
Midnight, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. And then when she did the Eras tour, but her last 2 albums after that have been terrible.
Dog shit. Like dog shit. And again, it's fucking weird. Like I don't understand like when you're that age, if you're talking like a 25-year-old or whatever, that's like or even like a 22, but like talking like a 16.
Talking about high school as a 30-year-old's a bit off.
It's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like grow up, bro. Like what the fuck? It's just, and I get it. They get told by all these producers and that, like they need to age their music down to get the younger audience. Like I get that. But if you're Taylor Swift.
No, you're Taylor Swift.
Like you don't get told what to do.
Like you were the biggest artist in the world 2 years ago. You probably still are.
To be honest, it's one of my biggest pet hates with Drake. Like 10 years ago, when his music was, about 18-year-olds in the club and that, like, or at least made for that, I got it. But, like, I just want him, bro, if he released an album talking about grown person stuff, and I don't mean he has to talk about fucking a pension, just, like, serious stuff that's going on in his life, whether it's dealing with fame, whether it's, relationships or like, children or like, and what I mean is like his children and being a father. Again, I don't want him to have he doesn't have to be some like full conservative like rap, but give me some depth, something to fucking grab onto, rather than like, I'm hooking up with a bunch of chicks and I get heaps of chicks and I took your girl and chicks aren't shit. It's like, bro, like, what the? You're a grown man and you're still saying stuff like that. I get. There are people that argue, well, Future does that, and he's older than Drake. But Future never sold himself as a lyricist that gives you these deep cuts. His whole brand is toxicity.
Yeah.
His whole brand is club. And like, okay, if you want to be that, sweet. Like, okay, but don't try to sell yourself as a deep lyricist, one of the best lyricists of all time. And he can never claim that because he doesn't write his own music. But you can't, like, he writes some of it. I'm not going to say he's not a good writer, but he doesn't write all. Like, that's another thing that frustrates me with Drake fans. Like, they always go, bro, look at his run, 20 years. Yeah, no shit, because he has other people that writes some of his music and he takes people's different sounds. Like Eminem, the reason why he's so great is he's kept essentially the same aesthetic in it, but packaged it up and you can still tell it's his kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, of course Drake can last different eras because he's getting people from different eras to write for him and create his music and create different sounds. Like, no shit he can. Whereas most rappers that don't have ghostwriters, you'd like to think, they don't have that luxury because they're not sitting there going, all right, this next young guy that's 20 years old that can write for this current generation, he can write me a song with all the different, like, there are reference tracks that have leaked for Drake that are essentially the whole fucking song. Like, so of course that he can span genres and span eras because he's getting music from different eras. Whereas a guy like Kendrick, who doesn't have ghostwriters, he only can rely on himself to create that style of music. Now, yeah, there are certain artists that are good at doing different things, but 100 brains are better than one brain no matter who you are.
Yeah, of course.
And so, I would love, like, honestly, for a guy, first of all, I think Drake is super fucking talented, like unbelievably talented, incredible melody, like hooks and all that kind of stuff, and a decent writer. If he wrote an album, he can have a couple of club bangers in there. I'm not saying, 40-year-olds can't enjoy the club. Like, me personally, I'm not going to do that. Maybe once a year, you might find me there from after a function or something, even though I haven't been to one in like literally years, and I literally never go to functions. But like, I get it. So if you have a couple club bangers here or there, like, yeah, for sure, everyone still loves to have a drink and go out. But give me an album with some depth. Tell me about how you felt in the whole situation. Not this whole victim mentality, oh, everyone betrayed me and I'm the big dog. Like, tell me how you really feel, bro. Give me an album and a decent tracks where you're going through like, this is what I think from my perspective, rather than everyone betrayed me, no friends in the industry. Like, it's just whiny bullshit, bro. It's time to grow up, bro.
Yeah, I don't have any space in my brain for Drake. I listen to the only time I ever like get close to listening to Drake is when I put that song on Forever, which has Drake, Eminem. Yeah, but I skip the Drake bit.
Part. See, I've got time for him in the set. Look, I don't have time for any of his gangster stuff. Like, bro, like this is how like we just assume because we're Aussies that like that's normal. Like not normal, but we go, oh yeah, like he's over there and close to America, bro. He's a Canadian.
Yeah,
a kid star. Imagine me walking in tomorrow just talking like a cowboy wearing a cowboy outfit. That's what it is. Because it's not his culture, bro. He's from Canada and he literally grew up as a kid star. Now, granted, it doesn't mean he can't make hip hop. He can make great hip hop. He's proven it. But don't be talking like a fucking gangster.
Yeah.
That's why the beef he struggled so much, because Kendrick literally grew up in Compton.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick is the cowboy to Drake in that scenario I just gave to you. Where if I walked in imagine if I walked in dressed like a gangster, talking like a gangster tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've probably got more connection to being a gangster than, because he's in Canada. Like, it's not the same thing,
yeah,
bro.
He hangs out with 21 Savage and he thinks he can.
It's bizarre. It's the strangest thing ever. Like, there's nothing wrong with making hectic hip hop music, which he makes, but like, it's the fake accents, it's the fake gangster stuff, it's just bizarre. Like, he doesn't need to do it. He's essentially one of the greatest of all time, regardless. It's just so strange to me. I never understood it. Like, could you imagine how weird? Like, think about this like this. Imagine his friends that knew him just 10 years ago. And then they woke up one day and they saw Drake acting and talking like that. They would be like, what if, let's say, you went to sleep right now, woke up in 10 years, and I was talking like a gangster and dressed like a gangster.
I feel like, what are you doing?
What the fuck? This is not you, bro. You didn't grow up in this environment. You didn't so that's the thing that like that's coming from a guy that thinks he makes great music, great music. But give me something real, baby. I would definitely listen to a real Drake album. And his last album that I actually liked was Scorpion. I thought it was good. It was pretty good. Not as good as his like classics. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I just can't get around it. When he starts acting gangster, I'm just like, it's so weird, bro.
Yeah,
it's just fucking weird. Like, I imagine one of my friends just automatically starting to talk like a cowboy, and I would just imagine that feeling. Imagine your feeling if you just, one of your good mates started talking like a cowboy, dressing like one. Because like the cowboy, you get that from growing up in that culture.
Yeah.
That's why you have those mannerisms. That's why you talk like it. That's why you walk like it. That's why you have a hat. It's like, it's just strange to me. I find it so bizarre. So bizarre.
Random side note, and it may look like I'm a bit darker right now, but you know, it's a Friday in December when we're in a common office and the freaking corridor lights go off because no one's walked through it. Like everyone's just working from home.
Oh yeah.
Like that's when you know it's the end of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the lights have gone off in the office.
Mate, there's some offices I haven't seen anyone in there for friggin' 2 months.
I know, right?
It's crazy. All right, we better go. Get this out. Apologies.
Oh, yeah, the cricket.
The cricket's on 3 o'clock. All right. All done. As usual, we'll go and fuck ourselves. Thank you.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.